Last time on Why Can't We Be Wizards?
Got through a whole year at Hogwarts. We made it. And now you're all 12-year-olds, so that's good, right?
I need like a better summer anthem song.
I'm outside in the garden. I'm growing mushrooms under the porch.
The two of you talked about having your friends over. Is that something that you are still interested in?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Let's talk about this later.
Mom, come on, please. I'll make a puppy dog eyes at her.
Thanks, big brother.
No problem, Marcus. I'm gonna ruffle his hair and read the letter that has been sent to me.
He crumples the letter up and throws it on the ground and says, "You are not going back to Hogwarts. Go to your room now." And you don't fall too far. You grab the ledge. The sheets fall comically to the ground because you don't know how to tie a knot properly.
Oh no.
And you are now hanging from the window.
Wingardium Leviosa! Wingardium Leviosa!
What is this weird book? I think I'm just like drawn to the book. I don't know what this is and it's weird, but I like it and it's mine now.
Okay, and so running through Freya's backyard and down a hill, you finally make it to the street.
How did you guys get here exactly?
We took a giant purple bus, and Allison thrusts out her wand arm with her wand by the street and closes her eyes like wincing, waiting, hoping the bus appears again.
Accio Night Bus? No.
Bus?
Okay. It's been working for other things.
It hasn't. It really hasn't, Leo.
It's
You
worth
woke
it
my
was
parents up.
it was worth a try, okay?
You hear a loud beep of a car, or more specifically, a large bus that suddenly appears on the street, right next to where all of you are standing. And the doors of this large purple triple-decker bus slide open.
Everybody on, quick!
Allison clambers behind Caleb.
Wait, where's Marcus?
He's right here. I'm holding his hand. I pull him in with me.
Come on, Freya.
This is weird. Okay. Freya, very cautiously gets on the bus. She's never had to take this kind of transportation before.
And so as you all slowly make your way onto this bus, you see Mr. Cronkwell waving to you as you get on the bus, and he says, "Oh, back already?
Yeah, hit the gas. We're on the run.
Hit the gas. We need to perform a transaction first."
Oh yeah.
No, we're trying to escape. Come on.
I point.
You're our getaway driver.
No such thing. Ever since the very dangerous incident when the bus crashed a few years ago and
Oh
they
my
hired
goodness.
me,
Wait, what?
I am a
sounds
much
bad.
safer driver than the last one, let me tell you. So
Oh my
no, I will
goodness.
not be putting my foot down on any gas or what have you.
Freya takes a galleon out of her pocket and hands it to him. Can we go now?
That's a lot of money.
Can we go now?
He puts it in his mouth, and bites it, and he's like, "I don't know why I did that, because I don't know, that doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried. They don't taste very good.
But, okay, sure, thank you." And he puts your galleon down in a little tray, and he says, "So where to?"
Their house?
Yeah, my house, the Collars.
Your house. That's very specific. Good news is this bus is magic, so it's fine. We'll go right there. Gotta drop off a few other passengers first, and then we'll be right on our way. Please step behind the yellow line. Thank you.
I'm gonna climb to the upper floor.
Okay, yeah. And so as you make your way through this bus, it's mostly empty. The first floor of this bus still has seats because while it's late, it doesn't appear that there are too many sleeping passengers. But as you make your way up to the second floor, there are a couple of beds. It seems that the night bus has upgraded in the last few years because in addition to beds, it's like there's basically 6 sections in here. Each one is like a little bedroom. And as you walk on, you see there's actually only 3 other passengers on the second floor of the bus.
They're all potential witnesses.
You see immediately to your left an old-looking woman with gray hair sticking out in all directions that is currently in the process of grooming one of her many cats. They're moving around and it's very difficult to tell. There's at least a dozen, if not more, cats.
Whoa.
Further on, there's a youngish looking man, probably in his mid-20s. He's wearing robes and he's got a tie on and he looks very, very worried about something. And then in the back of the bus, you see a very quiet figure who's just sitting on his bed. He's got a hood put over his head, so it's hard to make out exactly what he looks like, but it appears that he's got these very striking bright yellow eyes that kind of flash towards you for a moment before he turns away.
We, of course, all look like Slytherins, so
Of course, yes.
we're not the most reputable of people either. We should go take over a bedroom.
Upstairs.
Why do you want to be?
I mean, there's also 3 free bedrooms on this floor.
Yeah, but it's cooler when you're upstairs. All the cool kids go upstairs.
Guys, why don't we just choose a bed and just sit down?
I feel like I might be seasick on the top again.
But the view.
Well, you guys can always go up for the view. I'm just going to sit here. And Freya chooses a bed and sits down on it.
Allison joins Freya on the bed.
Caleb looks torn, looking at the upper floor, then looking back at Freya, who is clearly dejected. He sits
Go
on the
ahead.
bed. No, we should all stay together. There's strangers on this bus.
The crazy cat lady looks at you when she says that, and she just says, "No, it's okay, Mr. Bigginsbottom. He's not talking about you."
Yeah.
I lean over to Leo. I am talking about Mr. Bigginsbottom.
She puts her hands over the cat's ears and just leers at you.
Freya, didn't you have a cat?
Yeah, Stella. She will probably find her way to me if Mom lets her out on accident again.
Whoops.
Yeah, Freya, what happened at your house? Why were you climbing out of a window in the middle of the night?
We could always second heist your cat.
I'll do as many heists as you guys want. I'm always up for a heist.
I don't think I want to go back there for a while, guys. My parents took away everything. I was left alone in my room with, like, a pen and paper, and, like, that's it.
Oh, that's rough.
The only times I was allowed out of my room was for meals, really, and for them to yell at me for not being what they expected.
I'm sure it's just because they care about you so much. Just sometimes parents do things you don't understand because, it's for your best interest.
They told me I wasn't going back to Hogwarts.
Oh, well, maybe not then.
Trust me, Leo, not all parents do things in your best interest.
It was actually, well, it was a letter. I don't know who it was from, but everything was fine, and I met my betrothed, and then my father got a letter and pushed it in my face and told me I wasn't going to Hogwarts because of it.
Oh, that would be strike 2 on my letters, I guess.
That was from you guys?
It was very polite this time. It wasn't a howler, I swear. It was just a nice, polite letter from my dad to your dad asking if you could come. That's it.
I think we really have to think about audience.
I'm hoping, well, I left them a note. I'm hoping that they see that and realize that I am a person and not a thing that they can control, and I don't know, things will get better. I do love them. They are nice to me.
Are they, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't quite sound like they're being super nice to you.
I just didn't satisfy their expectations. I think they'll get over it eventually, but these things take time, right?
Yeah, totally. Just gotta give them some time to cool off, and, you gotta learn some spells, and the next time you see them, maybe they'll be more proud of you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just become like a really great witch, and then they'll have to see me as a Ravenclaw, right?
We'll always think of you as a Ravenclaw, Freya.
I'm not changing houses. Like, I'm still a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, you are.
Ravenclaw!
Ravenclaw!
Ravenclaw.
I hear that from up the stairs.
Ravenclaw.
And you hear a
Oh, right. Skyler went upstairs.
you hear a Ravenclaw from upstairs. I want to know what's going on upstairs. What kind of shady
Yeah,
people are
so,
up there?
Skyler, when you make up to the 3rd floor, it is completely empty, actually.
Oh my god, I'm jumping on all the beds. But I do hear that Ravenclaw and I yell back down, Ravenclaw! But I'm jumping.
Can we hear the jumping from the 2nd floor?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I took a cat with me.
Oh, no.
It liked me.
I think Allison's just like watching the ceiling and can sort of track Skylar's progress across the beds according to the sounds.
Ravenclaw.
Wait. Can we backtrack a second? What was the name of the cat?
Biggles Bottom.
There were many cats. One of them was named Mr. Biggins.
Oh, I didn't take Mr. Biggins.
Biggins Bottom. Because Feather Bottom was the name of the cat that was Meadle Galway's. You just really like Mr. Blank Bottom for cat names, huh, Kevin?
It's his distant
There's a lot of
cousin.
cats that are named with that format.
I mean, maybe they're related.
Anyway, I think Leo hears the bouncing on the beds and kind of runs over and is like, "Oh, are we jumping on beds?" Goes to join them.
Oh, I was going to say, I was going to come down when I heard the Ravenclaw.
So, yeah, I think we may run into each other in the stairs.
Oh, okay. Then both of you roll struggle.
Okay.
4. I fail miserably.
Okay.
I got an 8 minus 1 is 7.
Okay. So Leo, on a 7 to 9, choose one. Shrug off the damage, take something from them, surprise them, or frighten them.
I think I definitely surprised them, right?
Okay, so how does this how do you surprise them?
I was running at full speed and then seeing them come down and just like, whoa! And I think I like try to dodge them to the side and
Skyler, you surprised by this, like try to jump out of the way, cannot, and then fall down the stairs.
I fall down.
oh my god, I'm so sorry, Skyler!
Ow! Oh, God. My guts.
Your guts?
I hurt all over.
Oh no.
That looks like it hurt.
Quick. Get me a cat.
And so actually, as you say that, the bus once again comes to a slow and complete stop. 12, 13, 14, oh.
I let the one in my cape join her.
Jingle Jangle's here. Lacey's here. Lacey 2 is here. Where's Mark Ruffalo? And she gets up and very concerned, she starts looking at you. She says, "Yep, do you have Mark Ruffalo?"
Oh, actually, Mark Ruffalo followed me. He's right here. And then I open my cape, and Mark Ruffalo just walks out and walks back to her.
He is majestic.
Yeah, the cat just sort of strides towards her, and she swoops him up in this big basket she's got full of cats, because she's got a cat basket.
Just
apparently.
a basket of cats. Yeah.
And
Unending
she
cats of
glares at all of you and says, you're all very rude." And then she leaves the bus, and it starts moving again.
I narrow my eyes at that big bottom cat as it leaves.
Mr. Biggins Bottom?
Yeah. Is it really a
The
cat?
big bottom
think-
cat.
I think he gives a very smarmy smile at you.
I'm gonna flash him a werewolf tooth.
Jeez.
I have to ask though, was the cat Mark Ruffalo a really big cat?
Was he green?
Was
No.
he Hulk size cat?
No, he was actually
Hulk?
a very dainty little cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, yeah, and so eventually it comes to a slow and complete stop right outside of the Collar residence.
Yeah, night bus.
Now we gotta sneak back in so Dad doesn't see us.
Thank you for a very safe ride. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome, young man. Now, please, get off of my bus so I can continue to drive at a safe and reasonable speed and get my passengers to safety in their homes and such.
All right, that was a strange balance of rude and nice.
Thanks. Allison hops off the bus.
Thank you. I hop off as well.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Marcus, you should thank him.
Oh, he just waves and then runs off the bus.
Aw, he's cute.
I like him.
Yeah, and so the bus closes its doors and drives away. And now you're all standing on the sidewalk right in front of the collar house that appears to be dark and quiet.
So I know you said that we have to sneak in, but aren't your fathers going to notice that I'm here now suddenly?
Well, you could just have been dropped off. A bunch of us were just dropped off.
In the middle of the night.
At what time is it right now? Like 12 midnight? 1 in the morning?
I mean, my wizard dad, he's not really good at math. He might not notice.
Wait, what does math have to do with it?
Counting. I don't know. There was 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many of us there are now. Just like an extra head at the table.
She was here this whole time. How rude.
Do you want to wear a disguise? That way you don't come in as Freya, you come in as Mark Ruffalo.
A cat? I think that is some kind of magic, but it sounds really complicated. We're told we can't transfigure people.
I think it's fine. I'm getting cold out here. I want to go to bed. And it's okay. I'll take the wrath of my dads over yours. They sounded a bit scarier.
Yeah, we can worry about it in the morning, I suppose.
Yeah. Allison's just gonna walk up to her front door and try to open it slowly so it doesn't creak too much.
So are you trying to sneak?
Okay, let's be reasonable, everyone. Who has the best
Yes.
body?
No, that's
No,
metagaming.
we can't metagame. We can't do that.
Allison's
That's
opening the door,
Allison
so I think
opened the door.
Allison
so
should roll
has to roll it.
quick and quiet.
Failure is how we learn.
So that would be a 4 minus 2 for a 2.
Oh
Yep,
no.
doing some
So
learning.
Allison basically just bangs the door open.
Honey, I'm home.
Slowly and loudly, apparently.
You guys, I'm starting to think we're not good at this.
Yeah, as you open the door and everyone slowly files in, I actually think Marcus kind of hits his foot on the threshold and kind of trips a little bit and he just yells, "Ow!"
You okay, buddy?
Marcus, you gotta be quiet.
Leo.
But when you walk in to the parlor, the lights are off and you don't hear any sounds.
I think Allison's just gonna motion up the stairs to the bedrooms and just try to tiptoe.
Maybe they didn't notice.
Do I know from living with them if our dads are heavy sleepers? I feel like they weren't.
I feel like I banged the door open. They're awake.
Why don't you roll I read about that?
Okay. 10.
Yeah, so what you know is that Brad is a very heavy sleeper and that Joe is a very light sleeper.
Okay, so I'm expecting Joe to come down. Why isn't he coming down?
Generally, it's for the drama, he says as he flicks the light switch on.
Hi, Dad.
Hi,
We're
Dad.
Slytherins.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, check out
no,
my
we're
cape.
not.
I spin around.
As the light switches on, you see Joe with his arms folded, and as you turn, you see Brad sitting on an armchair, holding a glass of... seems like some kind of a beverage, not really clear. And he kind of swirls it, takes a sip, puts it down, and he says, "So, yeah, I think we can probably piece this one together."
Hi, I'm Freya.
Yes,
No,
Freya, we
this
met.
is our friend Greya.
And he gets up.
She's a Slytherin?
Quick, put this fake mustache on.
Okay, I want to... I want to convince
stupid.
them... Oh, wait, no.
This game is stupid. And so he gets up.
I think you broke Kevin.
He gets up and he walks over and he actually just pulls Freya into a little hug and he puts his hands on her shoulders and he says, "Are you all right, dear? Is everything okay?"
Freya's a little shocked. Yeah, I'm fine.
Good, dear. Caleb, Leo, Marcus, you know where the guest room is. Could you show Freya to Allison's room? We've got a cot set up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go, Leo. Come on, Marcus.
Allison really wants to go with all the rest of them, but is standing where she's told.
Yeah, your dad is staring daggers at you, Allison.
no.
I'm also standing there, but I'm totally just spacing out and kind of like with a half smile because I'm thinking of Mark Ruffalo.
Aren't we all?
We had a lot of fun bouncing on those bets together.
Yeah, I think Leo just kind of slinks away slowly.
Yeah, and so as the four of them all file upstairs, your dads walk towards each other. Joe kind of whispers something into Brad's ear, and Brad nods. Joe says, Allison, why don't you and I talk in the kitchen?
Okay, Dad. And she follows.
And Brad just kind of stands there, tapping his foot, looking at Skyler, and he's got his head cocked a little bit. So in the kitchen, Joe sits down at the kitchen table and points to the seat across from him.
Allison takes that seat very hesitantly and sits on the edge.
Allison, do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Really? You don't have the foggiest idea what I'm going to say. Really?
I mean, I have some ideas, but...
Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. Why don't you start, and then I'll kind of just fill in the gaps.
Okay. So remember that letter that we sent to Freya? The asking her to come over? Well, apparently, Freya's mom and dad took that very, very poorly, in fact. And so they locked Freya up in her room and locked her trunk away. And so we couldn't get a hold of her. And we were really worried about her. And so we thought that maybe we could just go, like, check it out and maybe hand deliver the letter. But when we got there, she was hanging out of the window, like, by her fingertips, about to fall to her doom. So we had to rescue her, and we brought her back here. Because where else was she supposed to go? She was, like, running away from her parents. That's it. And we met this lady with a bunch of cats.
Oh, okay. That seems relevant. Yes. This is a very difficult conversation for me because I know that you're a kind and caring person and you just want to look out for what's best for your friends. But I'm a little disappointed in you. I mean, I'm very disappointed in you about tonight, but I'm a little disappointed with you in general. Do you know why? Do you understand why?
'Cause I didn't get the best grades last year.
No, I don't care about grades. You know that.
Allison's about to cry.
Honey, look, you know how your sibling is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when we talked last year before you got on that horrifying train,
It's just a normal train.
what did I say? What did I say to you?
To take care of Skyler.
Right, and look, I know that you're smart, and I know that you see these things, but sometimes it feels like you just go along with whatever Skyler or whoever else is doing without, thinking about what that's going to mean for you and for them. I know you know that everything that happened at the end of the year last year wasn't safe for any of you. And I know you know that tonight is the same problem. So why didn't you say anything?
'Cause we had to go get Freya.
Look, I'm not going to yell at you. You're not in trouble. But please, next time, think about talking to me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
So, Skylar,
Hmm.
what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm probably animately describing the whole thing to Brad.
Okay, yeah. And so I think your dad just stands there as patient as he can be. I think he's about at the part where you start describing the crazy cat lady on the train and how you fell down the stairs when he just kind of holds his hand up in the air. Skylar.
Yeah, I know. We did some things we shouldn't have done. I just thought you want to know about them.
You know that I am never going to begrudge you for telling me what happened.
Yeah,
I want to know everything about your life.
I know, and I can't lie to you. I love you so much.
He starts to smile a little bit and he forces himself to stop. And he says, Skylar, you've always moved by the beat of your own drum.
Yeah.
I know that whatever I say to you is not going to make you do anything other than what you decide to do for yourself.
Oh.
Please stop putting your friends in harm's way.
Oh. Okay. I actually never thought of it that way, that I was the one putting them in danger. Skylar's has this contemplative face because they never thought that they were the ones putting their friends in danger, and realizing that makes them really concerned about themselves. Oh shoot, I'm putting my friends in danger? I must be a bad person, and I'm really thinking about that heavily right now.
It's okay, Skyler.
No, I don't want to disappoint you, Brad. You and Joe took me in, and you guys deserve better, and I will totally change my act. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I just want you to think next time before you make the same kind of mistake.
I will. I promise.
Okay. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. I'm gonna run up to him and give him a big hug.
Yeah, I think he pulls you up and spins you around and then puts you back down.
Oh my god, he's the best dad.
You're getting heavy.
Yeah.
Have you grown?
I have.
6 inches since last year?
I did.
And he puts his hand on your head and tries to do fake measurements.
I stretch as tall as I can, but I don't go on my tippy toes because I know that's cheating.
That night, everyone nestles into their beds or cots as everyone starts to slowly drift off to sleep. Exhausted, Leo, you find yourself laying in bed with your eyes closing when you hear something very odd. It sounds like a heartbeat.
I start looking around for it kind of frantically.
Yeah, and so you fumble around in the darkness for a minute, and it seems like the source of this sound is coming from your jacket, which is laying on the floor next to you.
Oh, yeah, I suddenly remember that I put that weird book in there. I think I take a moment of am I gonna like what I see if I look at this thing? And then I kind of push that out of my mind and go grab it.
As you pull this little black book out of your coat pocket and lay on your stomach as you hold it in front of you, it is surprisingly warm, but a comfortable warm to the touch.
It's just a plain black book. That visually, is there anything that stands out if I look at it?
It's kind of old. The cover's a little bit frayed, and it seems like it's made of sort of a leathery material.
Okay. I think I'm gonna open it and flip through it.
Yeah, and so when you open it and you sort of just open a random page, it is the weirdest book you've looked at in your entire life. It is very, very odd, specifically because the writing and symbols on this book are certainly not English. They're not even Roman characters. It's just weird runic symbols that you've never seen before, and you have no idea what it means.
I think I muttered to myself, secret evil Slytherin language. Yeah, I'm fascinated by this. Is it just text? Are there any illustrations? Does it seem like a weird old textbook that might be in the restricted section of the library, or is this...
So as you peer further into the page that you're looking at, these symbols on the page, they start to glow very faintly blue. And as they do, the book kind of starts to feel colder again. And then that neon blue hue disappears slowly back into the page. And then it turns red, and the book feels warm again. And then that fades, and then back to blue, and back to red. And it just keeps going back and forth like that.
That's really weird.
And as you stare at this book longer, you don't know why you feel this, but in the back of your head, you just get the strangest notion that this book is going to tell you the secret to every one of your heart's truest desires.
Yeah, that sounds
right. You know that by just having this book, that you're going to have knowledge that no other person possesses. You know those door riddles to get into the Ravenclaw common room that you find yourself constantly stumped by, thinking back to the half an hour you spent outside of the common room one day, cold, shivering, and waiting for a fourth year to show up and kind of tease you as you made your way inside? You know that just by having this book, that those riddles the answers are going to come to you instantly. Do you remember that time that you were doing homework for charms in the common room with Freya, and you ask kind of a silly question, and she got really annoyed with you. Well, now you know you're going to have all the right answers to your charms homework. It's just all in there. The words are turning into English, and you can kind of just, as you filter through those memories, see the answers to those tests.
I mean, I'm sure that I am overcome with the sense of that is fantastic, and I want that badly. But I think also part of my brain probably recognizes that this is not natural, and this is not these feelings aren't real. So I don't know. I don't know how to reconcile that right now.
Yeah, and so as those confused thoughts and feelings start to permeate your brain, those words, they turn back into symbols for a second, and then they start to move on the page. Kind of like before, but different as you stare at it. They start rotating, and then it's almost like the page itself is moving. And then you start to see this image. There's a form in the page. The ink is turning into a beast. You see, it's hairy, and it's got these red, angry eyes. And it's got this snout that it almost seems like it starts to protrude off of the page itself. These long pointed ears beneath a pair of curved red horns on the top of its head. And as it grins at you, it bears a set of pointed, sharp, and terrifying teeth. And the pages stretch forward as that mouth opens. It almost feels like the book itself is reaching out for you. And then the entire book becomes white hot to the touch.
That freaks me out, and I slam it closed and drop it. Does it still look white hot now that I've dropped it?
No, it just looks like a regular plain black book laying there on the floor.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm thinking now that I imagine that now that it's kind of closed and I'm not observing its weirdness right now, that like the more rational thoughts are kind of coming back, and I don't think that I want to have like special advantages of knowledge and circumstance like that other people don't get to have. Like I want to, if I have things like that, I want them to be able to be shared with my friends. And I think maybe I take the book, not touching it with my bare hands, like wrapping a blanket around the corner of it and picking it up. I'm gonna walk over to Caleb and wake up Caleb, I think.
Oh, hey Leo. It's still dark out. You're never up. What's you okay?
Caleb, I need to tell you about something, and I don't know what's going on, but I need someone's help with this.
You've got it. Anything.
Something really weird is happening. I remember when we were rescuing Freya with our awesome plan. There was this thing that you walked through in that room, and it had this book on it.
Yeah, you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I have it right here, and it's like I was flipping through it, and it's got these weird symbols, and oh, it's right here. I'm holding it up to him in this blanket.
Oh wait, I can see the blanket?
Yeah, I'm like gripping the book from outside of a blanket, so I imagine if he can't see it, he's just seeing like me holding some air with a blanket.
Is it book-shaped air? Because then I would totally know.
You see nothing.
No blanket?
No, you see the blanket. There's just no book.
There's no outline of a book?
There's nothing. It's just a blanket.
Huh.
So it's not invisible. It's somehow intangible. It's like a brain book.
Wait, so you can't see this thing?
I can't even conceive of it. I'm going to wave my hand through the top of his hand there.
Yeah, it goes right through. There's nothing there.
Have I ever read about anything like this?
Why don't you roll? I read about that.
Ooh, that is only a 5.
You have not read about anything like this before.
You know what? It's fine. Forget about it. I must be seeing things.
I don't know. You're acting pretty weird for Leo. You're all serious, and normally when you're scared, you start like running around. But you're not running around. You're so quiet. Quick, even.
I'm a weird guy, you know? I'm just being weird old Leo. It's fine.
Well, you know, if you ever start getting ghost book dreams, I'll totally beat it up for you.
Yeah. Thanks, Caleb.
And now, a word from our wizard sponsors.
We now interrupt your broadcast for these important public service announcements.
Dun dun dun.
There has been a recall for Fizzban's fire eggs after it was discovered that the eggs had been fertilized. Using these fire eggs in a traditional cauldron will cause them to hatch and properly devour the summoner's face. Please return any Fizzban's fire eggs bought between the months of August and February. Don't hurt them.
Dun dun dun.
The ministry is not your mother. Clean up after your failed magical experiments. Do not leave body parts in the streets.
Wait, what body parts? Did we find body
Dun dun dun. Do not inhale the dark marker. You will experience nightmares of death, crying black tears, lightheadedness, and light orifice degeneration. Dun dun dun.
There is a lost Yeti. You cannot see him. He is invisible. If your environment gets spontaneously frosty, report to the Ministry of Magical Beasts.
Also, please do not feed the Yeti any of the body parts lying in the streets.
What body parts? What's happening?
Dun dun dun. There have been multiple sightings of a transfiguration gone wrong. The ministry has been altering the memories of Muggle witnesses to remove the horror from their minds. If you observe any food that has been transfigured to have legs, please notify the Department of Magical Accidents and Catastrophes. Food walking across the floor is unclean. The 5-second rule does not apply. We repeat, the 5-second rule does not apply. Dun dun dun.
This has been a series of public service announcements from the Ministry of Magic. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Hi, everybody. It's Kevin, your resident Potter nerd. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Why Can't We Be Wizards? And please, be careful out there. There are apparently dozens and dozens of wizard products that the Ministry of Magic is telling me are, in fact, extremely dangerous. Okay, so pretty much the usual spiel from me, everybody. I want to thank everyone for their continued support all over social media and for our online presence in general. You've all been so awesome in sharing the show with your friends and talking about it online and helping us grow. So please continue to do that. It's really awesome. Definitely tweet out about the show at Why Not Wizards, and also check out our Instagram and Facebook pages. This week, I think right around the same time this episode drops, we're going to be actually posting a map of Diagon Alley that we use later on in this episode. So definitely go check that out. So as always, I want to thank Tablestory for their awesome game system, Witchcraft and Wizardry. Go check it out. Try playing a game with your friends and family. It's really, really awesome. Okay, that's pretty much going to do it for me. The next episode drops in 2 weeks on February 26th. And with that, let's get back to the show. So, the next couple of weeks go by in a blur for all of you. Doing whatever, hanging out, having a good time. Does anybody do anything fun?
We definitely build a fort in the woods out back.
Also, blanket fort.
Indoors.
Oh, yeah, blanket for it with snacks.
I think that Leo is going to make a point to corner Joe and try to get him to teach him his cookie recipes.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So I think, like the Saturday after you all got Freya back, Joe is actually in the kitchen and he's in the middle of making his very special, secret, super secret, homemade chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Leo probably just like sneaks up over his shoulder like, what you doing? What you putting in those? Tell me your secrets.
No?
Wow.
Dang, it was worth a try. They're so good though. Can I have some?
Well, you're going to have some in about 22 minutes when they're done.
Could just eat them raw. They'd smell so good.
So, no, Leo, you can't have raw cookie dough.
22 minutes for cookies is ridiculous. You can have crispy cookies.
Oh, yeah, because I totally know everything about cookies. I'm out of my
7
element
minutes.
here.
Somewhere between 8 minutes, 10 minutes.
All right, well, they're special. They're very special recipe.
Right.
Very large cookies. They need extra time.
Yes, low temp, slow
'cause of the
cooked. They're
love.
slow cooked
Yeah.
cookies.
Yeah.
Leo's gonna narrow his eyes and be like, "All right, I'm on to you, though." Just like point his fingers at his eyes and point at him, like I'm watching you.
I think he points his fingers at his eyes and then points at you, and he says, "Watching you, Leo."
All right. I see how it is.
Ooh, I'm also during this time going to don my black beret and paint a portrait of Marcus.
Okay.
It looks amazing.
Yeah,
Do I have to roll for it?
Yeah. Why don't you roll? Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you roll convince to try to convince Marcus
No.
that he
Can I roll
should be
something
painted
else?
by you.
Oh God.
You have to ask for consent.
Right. Okay.
Consent's very important. That's not a
I
joke.
approach Marcus and I roll a 8 minus 2, 6.
Okay, so what do you say to him?
I'm gonna say, hey Marcus, if you let me paint your face, I'm gonna show you my superpower.
You're gonna paint my face? I don't want my face
On a
painted.
canvas.
I like it the way it
On a
is.
canvas, my friend. Look, I hold up a canvas and some paintbrushes.
You want me to put my face on your canvas and then you're gonna paint it? I don't want
Oh
that.
no, I'm gonna paint a picture of your face on the canvas by just looking at your face.
Oh, I really don't like my picture being painted.
Oh, okay. Then I won't paint your face. Oh, why don't...
You could paint the hippogriff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's do that.
Okay. And he puts it on the stool that was like across from where you had already set up this whole thing.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna leave you to it. Okay, bye. And he just leaves.
Oh man. So was that a failure? Do I get experience or no?
Yeah, you fail.
Okay.
You get +1
Okay.
experience.
Yeah, I paint the hippogriff, but I do a good job and it like prances around in the painting.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you've definitely been practicing your painting all break and have significantly improved to the point that you can just paint stuff that moves whenever you want.
Like Leo sees this happening and says, "Oh, are we studying potions?"
Oh yeah. I have like some paint all over, like on my hands, and I say, "Do you wanna join?"
Sure.
I put out a second canvas next to mine.
I think Leo gets into some full-on messy finger painting, like a 12-year-old might.
Nice. I give you compliments. That looks great.
I'm in this scene now. I was just trying to make a Professor Preston joke.
I know.
I think Leo says that out loud.
I know you were doing that, and I took you in.
I made a mistake.
Okay. All right. So the summer goes by much like that awkward painting scene. And before you know it, it is just 2 days before term starts. And you all find yourselves at the breakfast table chowing down on a lot of bacon pancakes.
Oh, bacon
pancakes, making
pancakes.
bacon pancakes.
Taste some bacon.
And so as you're all singing the bacon pancake song, despite never having seen Adventure Time in your lives,
Don't sue us.
Brad walks up and announces, how are they going to sue us? This is a Harry Potter podcast. They're going to sue us for that way sooner.
That's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah.
As you're doing that, Brad walks up and announces, so is everyone excited for our trip this morning?
Yeah, Skyler throws their hands in the air. Yes, and I knock a little bit of maple syrup, flick it at Caleb's face.
Great. So obviously you're all going to need books, so we'll head over to Flourish and Blots. Freya, you'll need a new wand, I believe. And I think all of you are going to probably need robes in the right sizes. And of course, fresh potions ingredients for your potions class.
That we never use.
And I'm sure while we're there, we can find a fun little treat for all of you.
Treats.
Like that ice cream shop?
Maybe. We'll see.
Caleb wipes some of that syrup off of his forehead. He does not look well. In fact, the last time he didn't look this well, it was right before the FYHH. Mr. Caller, I'm not sure we don't have any money for those things, but we'll still come along if that's okay.
Oh, Caleb, I can cover you.
Uh,
I mean, it's not my money, it's my parents', so my parents
Can you?
would technically be covered. Ooh, that's a good point.
I feel like you could walk into a shop and just be like, I'm a Yaxley. Put this on my tab.
Well,
But don't.
that's actually a good
ask
point,
them or
though.
tell them.
I do actually think that Freya might need to make a withdrawal.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. You know, Mr. Caller and I, we're actually thinking of popping into the magical menagerie to see if we can find a little friend to keep us company while our two favorite people are away for months at a time.
You're replacing me?
It's not replacement if it's smaller.
Allison just looked a little bit confused by that logic.
Are you getting a toad, Dad?
Oh, please don't replace me with a toad. At least get a cat.
What toads are cool?
We'll see. Maybe there'll be something fun there.
Like a penguin.
But probably not a toad, because toads are the
What?
worst.
Toads are so cool.
Nope, toads are the worst. All right, why don't we all take a pinch of flu powder, and we'll all head to Diagon Alley.
Toads are cool. I grab my pinch of flu powder.
Allison grabs a pinch.
Caleb follows
Leo
suit.
grabs way too much flu powder.
Ooh, I'll go first. I love this. It's like a roller coaster. I'm gonna jump in the fireplace and...
Nope, you don't do that first. You don't do that. Don't do that first. You'll burn.
Oh, yeah. Right. I knew that.
No, honey. We talked about this.
Right.
You've got to throw the powder
First.
in first.
And then jump into fire. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
Good.
So
And he looks at Brad, and they're both just like, oh, okay.
I don't see that. I throw the flu powder into the fire, and I say, Diagon Alley! And then I jump in.
Yeah, and so the bright green flames just subsume you, and you shoot away.
Whee! You hear me. Oh, I know. You hear me say, Ravenclaw!
Yeah, and so you find yourself now just standing in front of the fireplace inside the leaky cauldron.
All right, I step out, and I look around. Anyone there?
Yeah, so it's morning time, so the leaky cauldron is pretty much empty. There's a pair of elderly-looking witches who are currently taking their breakfast at a table nearby, and the barman is standing behind the bar, but otherwise it's empty.
I'm going to walk to the two older ladies, and I'm going to say, do you mind if I sit with you while I wait for the rest of my family to join me?
Literally, as you're in the middle of that sentence, I think Allison comes from right behind you.
I keep going.
Allison's like, wait, Skyler, what are you doing? Allison loops her arm through Skyler's arm and just drag them off.
Oh, okay, bye.
Oh, no problem, dearie. We love the company. Thank you so much for saying hello.
Stranger danger, Skyler. Stranger
But they
danger.
look so nice.
And then Leo pops out, and he's on, he fell over. He's on the ground.
Yeah, I think maybe Leo's clothes are maybe a little on fire, and then he's just like, yeah, okay, I gotta remember, you gotta throw the powder in first.
Oh, gosh. I run to you and start patting you down.
And so while you're still all on the ground there, Marcus falls through the fire and lands on top of you because you didn't get out of the way.
Ugh.
No. You guys, we have to move or else it's going to get even worse. Go.
And at that moment, Caleb falls through and lands on the pile.
Oh,
as
no.
well.
I just step back. I don't know what else I can do.
Alice tries to grab a random limb and tug on it, but it doesn't really work.
It's like the bottom of a water slide.
Oh, no.
Can Caleb roll a body roll to struggle out of this
No.
pile?
I run back to the old ladies.
And then we cut back to the living room where Brad and Joe both look at Freya as she's about to walk into the fire. Brad grabs her arm and he says, no, hold on. There's probably a pile up at this point. They all went in way too fast. Let's just give it another 15 seconds, okay?
That's a good point. All right.
So 15 seconds passes, and then you move into the fire. And you pop back out after everyone has finally slowly slithered away, and the pile is gone.
I have both of the old ladies' names by now.
Yeah, it's Marcia and Martha. They're very similar names, and that's why they're best friends.
Aww. Oh, we're here because we're going to buy stuff for school. We're going to Hogwarts soon. Have you ever been to Hogwarts? What houses were you in?
Oh, yes, dearie. We both went to
What
Hogwarts.
houses?
Like everyone in
Oh,
England.
wow. What house were you in?
We were both Hufflepuffs.
Oh my gosh, I'm a Ravenclaw.
Well, that's lovely, dear. Thank you for the company. I think your dads are there. You might want to
Oh yeah,
go
there is.
say hello to them.
Bye, Marcia and Martha. I hope you guys have a really nice day. Bye.
Thank you so much, dear. And your dads walk over to you and like put their hands on your shoulders and drag you away while you're still like saying goodbye. Now, Skylar,
Yeah.
what have we said about stranger danger?
Oh, everyone is a stranger until I talk to them, but I just talk to them.
No. Skylar, the Skylar version of stranger danger. You know, the one where you make people feel like they're in danger
Oh,
by talking to them very aggressively.
right. Not everyone likes to be talked to like I like to talk to people, and I need to let people approach me more than I approach other people. I look down at my feet.
Exactly.
Wait, are you saying that they have a term, stranger danger, that means that strangers are in danger of Skylar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a friendly person. I want to make friends.
Okay, and so as they're having this conversation, they slowly lead you and the rest of the group to the alley behind the leaky cauldron. Brad takes out his wand and taps the third brick on the left, and magically the bricks crumble away to the sides, revealing Diagon Alley, a massive, sprawling, all-wizard shopping district. And right now, I am going to drop a glossy JPEG into the chat. That is a map of Diagon Alley that you can all look
Very
at and
glossy.
peruse.
Been waiting all day for this.
Awesome.
Okay, and so walking through, both of your dads look at each other and look down at all of you, and they say, all right, now we're going to go and take a look at animals at the Magical Menagerie. Everybody, make sure that you keep a buddy, and we'll be back outside of the ice cream parlor in 90 minutes.
Okay.
Caleb looks for a clock.
It is currently 10:15 a.m.
So can someone come with me to Gringotts and then to go get a wand?
I'll come with you.
Oh, we should
I'm
all
trying
go.
to be responsible.
Buddy system. Leo puts his arm on his waist, like, who's gonna grab my arm?
I grab Leo.
All right, we skip together down to Diagon Alley.
Oh, don't
We're down
forget
to-
Marcus.
Oh,
Marcus
no.
says aloud.
All right, I put my other arm out for Marcus.
He takes it. His legs are shorter, though, so when you skip along, he has to kind of like jog.
Yeah.
Leo does not notice.
I'm going to whisper down to Marcus, when you're Leo's partner, you have to be very careful and take very good care of him.
Oh no. I'm not gonna read into that.
All right, so where is everyone going to go?
Wizarding
I'm
Bank.
headed to Gringotts, yeah.
Are we just all gonna go to Gringotts?
Yeah, I'll go with you, Freya.
Yes, I am not putting my friends in danger. I am helping. I'm not doing anything silly.
I'm keeping an eye on Skyler, making sure they're not doing anything crazy and talking to strangers on the street. We're wandering off.
I'm going to switch partners over to Freya so I can make sure that she gets to the bank safely without being caught by her parents.
I mean, it's not like my parents are here.
Probably.
Okay, yeah. And so you all make your way down the high street towards the massive marble bank. And as you make your way through the 15-foot high front doors, you find yourself in a very, very tall atrium with dozens of desks lining one side and the other that are all manned by goblins.
We've been here before. Hey, look, that's the goblin that, oh man. Okay, tell me the goblin who served us last year. I remember their name.
The goblin you met last time, his name was Grobblegook.
Hey, look, that's Grobblegook. He helped us last year. Let's go in his line.
There's no line. You can just walk right up to
I
them.
walk straight up to Gobblegook.
Grobblegook. His name is Grobblegook.
Sorry.
Please, Grobblecook was my dad's name.
I walk straight up to Grobblegook. Hi, Grobblegook. It's Skyler. Remember me?
Hold on a moment. And he puts his finger up.
I'm gonna straighten up. I got a little taller.
And he's poring over some documents on his desk. And then he looks up at you and he says, "Wand, please."
I give him my wand.
He takes your wand, looks it over for a moment, and says, "All right, and how can I help you today, Skyler Ashglen?"
Thank you. I'm sorry. I was just really floored. I wanted to say hi, but we're here for Freya, and I pushed Freya in front of me.
Hi, I need to make a withdrawal.
Wand, please.
I my wand was taken from me. Is there?
It was stolen
there
by a
any way?
murderer.
Ah, no wand. Well, and he says, hold on a moment. And he leaves his desk, walks away, and then comes back with another goblin who's got these big spectacles on that stands at the desk, looks down at you and says, name, please.
Freya Yaxley.
Miss Yaxley. In lieu of your wand, I will need another form of identification. Do you have any form of identification?
I don't. What would you like? I don't know what other.
What would I like? No one's ever asked me that question before. I suppose love, maybe.
I meant as a form of identification.
Oh. What would you? Oh, okay. Well, usually we just ask someone to give us like a hair sample would work.
Oh, okay. That's fine. And I pluck a strand of hair and hand it to them.
And he takes it very gingerly, and he grabs a magnifying glass that he puts up to his spectacles. That when he puts it up, it extends almost like a spyglass, but in reverse, all the way down to like maybe a few centimeters above the hair. And he inspects it for a moment, and then he pops it back closed, hands you the piece of hair back, and says, yes, I think that will do. Please follow me, Ms. Yaxley.
Okay, great. And I follow the goblin.
So funny. Wizards don't do technology, but they do two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he leads this whole ragtag group over to a door in the back of the room that leads to a cart. And he motions for all of you to get in.
I jump in.
Definitely.
Yep, Allison follows
Is
gingerly.
this cart big enough for all of us?
Yeah, it's magic.
Leo jumps into, ooh, ride.
And so, yeah, you all pile into this rickety cart. And as the goblin gets in and closes the door behind him, he says, all right, hold on tight. And with like a rocket, this thing shoots off. You are all in a roller coaster.
Whoa.
It is a roller coaster. It twists left and speeds faster, and it twists right and speeds faster. And it goes up and down.
Yes!
It does a loop-de-loop, like a loop-de-loop, and everyone has to hang on really tight. Marcus almost
the
falls
best
out.
bank ever.
Yes!
And then finally, whoop, it halts very quickly in front of a vault. And you all pile out, and Grabblegook, did I say that right?
I feel like it's different every
No,
time,
it's
and I think that's fine.
Greeblegrop walks over to the vault,
Grabblegook.
and he puts his hand on it, and then inserts a key with his other hand, and then the vault pops open. Inside is a modest fortune. There are piles of galleons, sickles, and nuts.
Whoa.
Freya, you know that this is not your parents' fortune. This is actually specifically your vault.
Yeah.
Wow.
They put money in it every year for Christmas and my birthday.
Wow, Freya. I mean, I knew you were rich, but like, wow.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And she just walks in, fills a small bag with some sickles and galleons, and walks out. Okay, that should be plenty for school supplies for 3 people.
This is all from Christmas and birthdays? How many birthdays have you had?
I mean, 12?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not nice to ask a lady how old she is.
I mean, and we're all in the same year, so.
I knew the answer to the question. It was a rhetorical
I
question.
didn't know that. I'm not friends with you. And so one roller coaster ride, and a few minutes later, you all find yourself back on the high street of Diagon Alley.
Do we pay for the photos they took of us on the ride? Like the...
I don't know. Did you? It was offered.
100%.
Freya bought it for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, I want a little magnet I can stick on the fridge.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they have that too.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I survived Gringotts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, wand shop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get you a wand. Where is the wand shop?
I think it's to the right here, down a ways.
I don't see it on my map.
Michael McMichael's Wand and Lollipop Shop.
Is that a real thing?
It's on the map.
It is on the map.
Was that in the books?
Well, poor Ollivander isn't making
Wait
wands
a minute.
anymore.
Wait a minute, Kevin. Did you edit this map?
Yes.
Yeah, I edited this map.
All right.
Sorry.
Look at the different
The sound of
font.
magic. 'Cause I want to go there.
Okay, yeah, and so you make your way past the bank, you head to your right, and you eventually make your way outside of a small, shabby, if unspectacular looking store with a big sign that says Michael McMichael's Wand and Lollipop Shop. And as you walk in, it is pretty much your bog standard wand store. There are a bunch of rows of wands that are sort of in these little shoebox-sized boxes, kind of hanging all over the place. It's pretty messy in there. And at the front, the counter is made of glass. And inside the glass is a bunch of trays and different displays of different kinds of lollipops.
Mm.
And it doesn't appear that there's any, like a clerk or anything here. But there is a bell.
Are there any chocolate flavored ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Allison wants to walk up to the glass and look at all the lollipops.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the flavors too.
Does the lollipop choose the wizard?
I think several lollipops choose this wizard.
Yeah, there's orange and grape and cherry. They got a bunch of blue raspberry. And then there's also like different flavors. Chocolate, there's lime, there's...
Is there a creme brulee? Allison wants a creme brulee.
That
There's
sounds
earwax.
Let me
good.
make an investigation check.
Alrighty. That is a 7 plus 1. That's an 8.
On a 7 to 9, ask one question.
Is there a creme brulee lollipop?
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, there is.
Okay, Allison wants that one,
It's
but
right
she
there in
hasn't
the
figured
middle.
out how to get it out of the glass case.
Yeah, and so as you're like staring at this case, trying to find it, you just find creme brulee. And that's when an extremely tall, extremely thin man with hair sticking straight up in the air walks over almost silently, and he bends over towards you and he says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
I fall out. Like,
I think as he comes up, I was getting ready to cast Accio Lollipop, and I like hide my wand behind my back.
I was salivating thinking about the lollipop, and I like choke on my own spit. And
I think Allison's just gonna like tap the glass. Can I have that one, the creme brulee, please?
But you haven't even introduced me yet. What is your name?
Allison.
Okay, and Allison, you're here for some lollies.
Yes, please. Allison just looks
Okay.
really confused by this guy. You haven't introduced me either.
it's Michael McMichael. It's on his.
I am Michael McMichael. I thought that was clear. It's on the sign.
It's on the sign.
I don't really understand. All I'm saying is that I put the sign out. I say who I am. People walk in. They don't introduce themselves. It seems very one-dimensional. I'm always uncomfortable by it.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
Hello, Caleb.
Well, you remember me. I'm Skyler.
Ah, yes. Okay. Well, I don't remember everyone.
I'm Freya Yaxley, sir. I need a wand.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine, I suppose.
You suppose?
Well, it's just, you see, I've always fancied myself more of a candy purveyor than a wand purveyor.
Oh, but don't worry. We also want candy.
Good, because I'm really trying to expand my candy selection. In addition to lollies, I've actually started to sell gumdrops. Would anyone like a gumdrop? And he motions to the corner where there's like a small case of, they just have 2 flavors. They've got raspberry gumdrops and they've got lime gumdrops, and that's
Yes, please. Thank you.
You know, you should expand to chocolate.
Fudge.
Chocolate gumdrops?
No, I mean chocolate in general, not gumdrops.
Oh, because that sounds gross.
You would have, 3 customers, 3, 4, 5 customers. You'd have some customers here.
You know, and he gets this sort of dead look in his eyes.
Are you allergic to chocolate?
I once wished that I could sell chocolate. And the day I opened my shop, I sold some chocolate.
Oh no.
And then I was immediately sued because apparently you need a chocolate license and I didn't have one.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
And so I refuse, I say, to sell chocolate, especially to minors.
Allison looks a bit horrified and is not sure she wants a lollipop now.
Skylar looks very confused and just puts their hand over one of their bulging pockets. But like in a way, it's like, oh yeah, I'm just putting both my hands on one hip and just standing awkwardly now.
I'm sorry. So who can I help? Who can I help first?
Hi, I'm Leo, and I will take one of each lolly, please.
That will cost 8,000 galleons, sir.
Okay, I go through my pockets like, oh, I have 4. What can I get for that?
Show me the cheddar, son.
All right, well, I'll think about it for a little longer.
Oh, so you're just a bunch of children who are here to mess with me, and you're not going to buy any candy, huh?
Sir, and I hold up the bag of galleons. I need a wand.
All right, give me a moment. And he looks at you for a second, kind of eyes you up and down a little bit, and says, I know the perfect one for you. And he walks away to the back of the shop, grabs a box, thinks about it for a second, grabs 2 more, lays them all out on the counter as he walks back over, opens one, and hands it to you, and says, why don't you try that one out?
All right, and I wave it.
When you wave it, why don't you roll magic? Let's do it that way.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's a 3 + 2.
And so, okay, when you wave this wand, chocolate spurts out of it and lands
Oh no!
all over the counter.
And he's traumatized.
He looks at it, and he looks at you, and he looks at it, and he looks at you, and he just takes the wand back, stuffs it in the box, and then throws the box behind him.
Skyler
Get out of
slowly
my
edges towards that counter.
And
How
he
low will
opens
you
another
go?
box and hands you another wand.
Okay, let me roll for this one. That's a 10 + 2.
Okay, and when you wave the wand this time, gumdrops start falling out of your wand and land on the counter in a very neat stack.
Oh.
And he says, oh, interesting. I suppose that makes sense. 11.5 inches, fairly supple, unicorn tail.
Huh. My last one was dragon heartstring.
Well, perhaps you chose poorly the first time we were here.
I'm dipping those gumdrops in the chocolate and slowly eating them when no one's looking.
That is merchandise. It's in my store. Legally, it is mine.
It's okay, I'll pay for it. Don't worry about it.
Wait, can this wand produce gumdrops anytime? Unlimited gumdrops?
I
Unicorn
don't know.
preach.
Let me find out. And I wave my wand again.
It's okay.
Well, take
roll
it.
magic.
We're gonna open our own candy store.
Roll magic.
Oh no. That's a 6.
More chocolate spurts out of this one too.
I'm gonna try to stand in the way and just open my mouth.
Wait, maybe this one isn't right though.
Oh man, I think maybe you're just bad at this.
No, I think she's really good at it.
Okay, let us conclude this transaction now. Please give me your money.
Okay.
And get out of my store. You are making a chocolatey mess.
No, I think this is really good.
Allison still wants that creme brulee lollipop.
How much do I owe you?
4 galleons.
All right, I pay the man.
And he holds out his hand. Yeah, he takes the money and he pockets it.
He pocketed it.
Pocketed it.
Allison's gonna hold up a couple sickles and just like pleading puppy eyes. Can I have a creme brulee lollipop?
Only because you asked nicely. And he reaches down and he takes the lollipop out and he hands it to you.
Thank you, Michael Mixer.
That's not right, but that's fine.
Allison eats the lollipop, sticks it in her mouth, and walks off.
All right, so yeah, and you guys all exit the shop and are now back in Diagon Alley. Does anybody want to do anything else?
Oh yeah.
I want to check out this Sound of Magic store. It sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, but since we're gonna pass by Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, can we stop by there on the way there? Pit stop?
Yeah, Leo's very interested in Weasley's Wizard.
Yes, but this podcast episode is going to be 4 hours long if we go to each and every store.
But I want to go to the
Diagon
junk
Alley.
shop.
I wanted to go to Elop's Owl Emporium.
Oh, yeah, I do need more owl treats for Zoe. She gets a little spicy in the morning without treats.
Yeah, I wonder if they have some kind of owl leash that I could use.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to get to pick one more store.
Wizard Wheezes. That's my vote.
But what is the Sound of Magic?
Probably like a music store.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a music store.
That's cool. Alice can hook it up later. I'll ask for a catalog on the way by.
My vote is Wizard Wheezes.
Yeah, we should probably go to Weasley Wizard Wheezes.
Yay!
Is that our final answer? Trying to
I
look at what
think
else we got.
so.
Yeah, what else?
I mean, poison candles. Or it's candies. I'm not really sure. I can't really read the font.
Well, that's Nocturne Alley.
Yeah.
So we could go down there.
Nah, I think Weasley Wizard Wheezes.
I'm good with that.
Okay, and so you all make your way into the big orange building with the Weasley Wizard Wheezes logo on it. And as you enter, this room is chaos. It's a 2-story open area that is just every single comedic magical item you could ever possibly want or need. And there are so many people. This story is packed. It is almost difficult to just wade through.
Awesome. I'm in my element.
We should ask which ones we can bring to Hogwarts.
I feel like all of these are banned, Caleb.
As you walk in, there's a sign that says, "Not responsible for items confiscated by Hogwarts professors."
I'm still gonna find the nearest employee and ask them which ones are least likely to get banned from Hogwarts.
Okay, yeah, so you, why don't you roll investigation?
Ooh, I'm gonna use my Ravenclaw +1 mind bonus to figure out who the right person to talk to is. And it's a 5 + 2.
So on to 7 to 9, ask one question.
Who here could point me to the best tricks?
It looks like every employee in this room is a little overwhelmed because they're constantly being bombarded with questions. But you spy at the very back one employee who appears to have kind of a disengaged look on his face. And despite that, it seems like he's not really doing his job or helping very much, he seems like that's the person you need to talk to.
I point him out to Skyler.
I nod and we go in their direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you walk over to this clerk. He, like everyone else, is wearing a big orange apron with a goofy-looking face with a hat on it. And he's got kind of like long brown hair. And he just looks like he just wants to not be there. He wants to clock out.
Hey, did you ever go to Hogwarts?
I'm sorry, what?
We're Hogwarts students. Do you ever go to Hogwarts?
Dude, everyone goes to Hogwarts. What are you talking about?
What house were you?
The House of the Rising Sun? I don't know.
Oh, it's a joke shop. I look at Skyler.
I'm gonna get straight to the point. We need some good pranks.
Yeah, well, I need my mom to stop getting on my case, so.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that. My mom's dead. I yell back at him.
Oh, no.
Oh, and it's with that, like, he just completely changes his demeanor. He stands up straight and he's like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. It's like a thing. I'm playing a character." No.
Yeah, it's
You're a little
cool.
kid.
That's a weird
Show us
character.
the best
I'm sorry?
spell, the best pranks.
Oh, the best pranks. Well, what are you looking for? Are you looking to have some fun with your buddies? Are you looking to ruin your enemy's days? Are you looking to get out of class? I mean, there's a lot of options, and it kind of depends on what you need.
I would like have fun with friends and also get out of class.
Okay, get out of class. Well, we've got a pretty wide range of various different maladies and afflictions that can be cured with a bite of one of these little things. Have you ever seen this before? And he holds up a box of puking pastils.
Oh yeah, I saw that in a magazine.
Yeah, so here's how it works. You bite one of these, and he bites it, and then immediately just starts vomiting all over the floor. And he's like, "Oh, hold on. It's just," and then he takes the rest of it, pops it in his mouth, and then immediately stands up straight, and he's like, "And look, now I'm fine."
Skylar looks pretty disgusted by this. I'm gonna say, why don't you show us more of the having fun with friends ones?
Let's see. Well, I've got how about these? And he grabs what looks like a pair of socks. Here, now, just trust me on this one. If you put them on, and he takes his shoe off, pulls it up his ankle, and he tries to put his foot on the ground, and he can't because he slips. And he tries to put his foot on the ground again, and he can't because he slips. Yeah, these are what we call slip socks. We're still working on the branding, but the idea is you put them on your friends while they're asleep. They get up when, in the morning or whatever, or from a nap. Maybe they're napping. I don't know. That could be possible. And then they fall over. They can't stand up. It's hilarious.
Do you have things like fireworks or like, I don't know.
Things that explode probably would be better.
I think at this point, Allison was like pretty overwhelmed and dysregulated by this whole experience. But here's the fireworks, and it's just like, no, Skylar, no fireworks. And then looks at Leo and is like, no fire, anything.
Yeah, he already had his eyes wide, like, yeah, fireworks?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the slippy socks. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. They look pretty comfortable.
Doesn't
I might
sound
just
like
get them for
fun.
myself. Leo's gonna approach the guy. So, do you guys sell anything like a book that only you can see, that like no one else can see? Is that a thing?
No, I don't. I have no idea. No, nothing like that. I don't think.
Are you sure? Just not. That wasn't a joke gift that someone.
I mean, I've been working here for 12 days, so no, I'm not sure, but I don't think so.
All right. Well, in that case, can you recommend me something that would maybe ruin one's sister's day, but then be assured to have her forgive me about 2 hours later?
Well, we've got these slippy socks.
All right, I'll take it. Sold.
What salesmanship?
Hey, he made a sale, all
I'm
right?
buying a decoy detonator and extendable ears.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, Freya is also buying some extendable ears.
I'm also getting a spell checking quill.
Oh, wait, should we be buying things that are actually going to matter in the game later?
Yeah, Caleb's not buying stuff. It's not his money.
Allison's a little overwhelmed by the whole shop and doesn't want to buy anything.
Oh, I'm definitely buying also a fake wand.
Oh man, if we had used the fake wand in that climactic battle, then my dad would have stolen a fake wand and he would have been in trouble.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, well, you know, since your dad's still out there, it might happen again. So that's why I'm getting this one. And this one turns into a rubber haddock.
Okay, and so you guys exit the shop. Your purse is lighter and your bags of nonsense heavier. And what else do y'all do while you're at Diagon Alley? You don't have a lot of time left, but you can probably make some quick purchases.
I think we buy a few owl things at the Emporium.
Make sure we get our spell books.
While we're near the Owl Emporium, Allison's gonna grab a catalog from the Sound of Magic store and just stuff it in her bag for later.
Okay, yep.
And I think I'm going to do some window shopping at the Quality Quidditch Supplies because I think this year's the year for Skyler.
Yeah, there's some really cool new brooms outside Quality Quidditch Supplies that everybody's looking at. There's like a gaggle of students all staring at there, and you just hear one of them whisper, "It's the Nimbus 3001."
Whoa.
They're just going to keep doing those nimbuses with higher numbers.
Eventually, once they get all the way to 10,000, they'll go back down to like 100 series, kind of like graphics cards.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I could get myself a broom, but they're so expensive.
Yeah, the little card in front of the broom just says price upon request.
Yeah, I think I'll have to get onto the team first, and then I can maybe convince our dads to get me one.
Yeah, I still think it's a pretty dangerous sport.
Yes, it is.
And I think you say that just as you're walking up to Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlor, and your dad overhears the conversation and he says, "Now, what's dangerous?"
Oh, Quidditch.
What's Quidditch?
It's a wizard sport where you fly on brooms high above the air.
Oh, don't just, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. Please just forget I asked.
It's kind of like rugby and hockey mixed together with boxing.
In the sky.
That sounds terrible. And then you see your other dad who's holding a little puppy. He's got a little puppy in his arms. And he's like,
What's his
let's
name?
not talk about anything sad right now. Let's all meet little. Well, I suppose we haven't named him yet.
Mark Ruffalo.
Dog.
Leo 2.
Just name him Dog.
Leo too, dog.
You can call him Doug.
Oh, are we voting?
Doug.
Is that what's happening now?
My face is just buried in this puppy's fur. So cute.
Yeah, he's like a tiny little baby golden retriever that you know is going to get really big really fast. But right now he's just like a little
I
fluff.
think you should call him Chris Evans. He's a blonde who gets big really fast.
I don't know how to respond to that because A, I don't know what that is, and B, out of context, that sounded pretty weird, Caleb.
Aw, come on, Dad. You know who Chris Evans is. He's that hunky guy you like on the TV.
Oh, the one with the shield.
Yeah, that guy.
How about Marsha? I met one in the Leaky Cauldron, and she was really nice.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Despite it being pretty unusual to do it that way, that's leading the pack for me at the moment.
Marsha.
Marsha. It's got a good ring to it, don't you think?
Yeah, you have to name it Marsha though.
How about marshmallow?
Marshmallow. Marsha.
Yeah, because she's like a
marshmallow.
toasted marshmallow.
Like a toasted Marsha.
A perfectly golden toasted marshmallow.